transphobia. This is about pedophilia. Make sure the courier knows. This has always been about pedophilia. It's not about transphobia.
Hey, party people. I have on this week Bryna from SoCal, LA area. I don't even know how I found you and your group's Instagram videos and what y'all have been doing, protesting. I mean, multiple things, the We Spot BS thing, and I can't say the word. I don't know what did you call it? Experimental jab, and freedom, really. So can you?
All about freedom. That's what it comes down to.
So,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. I'm so excited. I don't even know which one you want to start with, honestly, or how you even got involved in all this.
Well, I think we got linked up through a mutual friend.
Yes, that's right.
I'm so sorry. I'm not even big in the YouTube world. Mine currently, it used to be We Shall Promenade, and now it's Body Cam Bryna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm so bad at picking these names. I'm not clever with it. And yeah, I should get more hyper focused on the YouTube channel, to be honest with you. YouTubers. I'm so sorry. But if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Body Cam Bryna. I have started to upload more of the recent events, even because it's getting before it was so okay. Can I kind of start?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yep.
Okay, so I was introduced to the very first Beverly Hills rally. I went to the very first one. It was Shiva Bagari is the, I think I pronounced her name correctly. I'm not sure. Sorry, Shiva, if I just butchered your last name. But she was the original, and I was invited by my friend Gina. And there was about 40 of us at the very first one. And it really was just starting about freedom, being locked down, and quarantine. Who quarantines the sick? That's not even. It's not even in the definition of quarantine. It's you don't do that to healthy people.
Yeah. When was this last year?
Yeah, this is when this all started. I think March was in the month. I think it started in March, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And there's about around, I want to say anywhere between 25 to 40. And it was very small, and then it just grew into this huge. I mean, to be honest with you, it was almost like a party. I was like, everyone's all locked down, everyone's wearing masks. I wasn't doing any of it. I was every Saturday. I felt like I was just growing, and it was like a big party, and we were having so much fun, getting to know like-minded people.
Yeah,
in LA is it's insane. It doesn't happen.
Hard to find. Yeah,
it's hard to find, and to be honest, until COVID, COVID was like a blessing in disguise in a weird way.
I totally get it. Yep.
Because it brought out so many things that needed to be brought out, and just uncover things that were sleeping cells that needed to be uncovered, and shake people, and reawaken how you watch the news. And do you even watch the news anymore? No, I do not. Nothing. All independent research, all through social media. Why? Because social media is actually it's in real time. People can be there in real time and get it. So you can see things in real time, and then everything is produced behind the scenes in all of these network shows. So I mean, I don't know. I just feel that it was a blessing in disguise. Had so much fun meeting like-minded individuals in California, and that's really where it started.
Yeah,
and because of our freedom. And actually, right before we went to the very first, Gina and I were buddies. We went to this, it was the City Hall Freedom. It was I think that was the very first one.
Nice.
Which is interesting because this Saturday, I think it's the 14th, is
correct.
A big one on the steps of City Hall, again, about freedom. Now we're coming, it's 18 months now, I think they were saying, since this all started.
Yeah.
So now we're 18 months later, and we're now having it's almost like, and now they want vaccine passports. And we were the ones who said, I remember, I mean, this is your cortisol levels have been crazy this whole time. I don't know about you, but for me, just dealing with people in the store. I don't want to wear a mask. Stop prohibiting my airways. What is this? I'm not spitting on you. My snot's not coming out of my nose in your face. what is this? Stop being mentally impaired. I really think it's like, to be honest, we were all kind of walking zombies with the earbuds for a while, and like you're walking down the sidewalk, and you want to look. I'm looking at people like, is she going to look up? Is she going to look up? And then she looks up or not, and you want to smile, and then you just freaking pass you, and it's like, so that was
weirdness.
Initial, and now we're like they touch their face. I can't deal with it. And now they're doing it to kids. Now, did you hear that 14-year-old that's been hospitalized for psychosis? That's because he's so fearful that he's going to get like you know what I mean? Everyone's going to give it to everyone.
Yeah. Can I say something? I was going to do a whole episode about this, but I'm like, this is relevant. So when it first started, I was all watching the news, ABC, San Francisco, Bay Area stuff. And it was like every day, you know, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Like my husband and I did an assessment of who is more at risk, just going to the grocery store. We would go on a walk and he pressed a button to cross the street and I like berated him. I was like, oh my God, why did you touch that? So, you know, we were just watching the news
at first.
Yeah, I know.
Saying?
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah, but then what it is now. So then like, I just realized the news was the same shit every day. And I was like, this is depressing. I just want to turn it off. So I turned it off. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I just started observing what was really going on. I'm like, if this was real, I mean, there's a million things to say about it. If this was real, you would see people dying. I would hear about it from like my neighbor outside or family or whatever.
Homeless. Let's just start with all the homeless.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yes.
They would be all over the place because they're not cleaning anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly. So it was just so crazy looking back in retrospect how I was bananas. I was crazy. I was irrational. So I totally get how people are like, you know, lash out. They'll get in your face or anyone else's face. Like if it was real, why are you getting in people's faces? And like, it's just wild. I'm like, look at this. Look at what you're doing. Make it make sense. Like, oh, like wake up. Look at what you're doing right now.
So it became, after like the first 2 weeks for me, it became literally an IQ test. That's what I've been saying the entire time. And this is an IQ test. And I wish my parents got my IQ done. They got my sister Patricia's done. She's very high. She was like, I don't think like it was like over 160 or something. She's pretty high up there. And so I know I'm not a dumb person by any means. And I'm sitting around, I'm like, first of all, it's not mentally healthy. How is this the sun, which is everything, it cleans everything. Why are you staying away from the sun? Why are you I can't deal with the bucket hats, the glasses, the gloves, the mask, the sunglasses. I mean, turtlenecks sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's pretty bad in California. I know. I think it's really bad in general in California because I traveled.
Are we?
I know.
I really want to know.
I flew back down to Georgia where I'm from, and I also went to Washington D.C. And I just saw how different life was there. My mom kept being like, "You got to get out of California. It's so different." And I was like, "Dude, she's so right." That also woke me up. I was like, "Oh, people are just."
So you were here. You lived here.
Yeah, in California. I'm still in California, but I just visited my family back south. And that's when I was like, people are out in their front yard, like no mask, chilling with their family, living their life. And I was like, it was just one of those things that you have to really kind of experience life outside of this crap where everyone's masked up, just following suit. Like, why are you wearing if you've been vaccinated?
I am not that person that even needed that, to be honest with you. I if I'm honest with myself, I just saw it as a craziness because I am a big believer in a higher spirit, higher like God. I don't worship celebrities. I hate celebrityism. I hate I even hate when, to be honest, if I'm honest with you, even getting a little excitement when I see someone that, you know, and I have to like be like, I'm over that now because I've worked with them for so long. But even when Trump came to Newport, I got excited and I had to check myself. I'm like, he's just a person. Just
exactly.
You know, like, because I don't like that. But so I've never needed to follow anyone. And I just make my own decisions based on like logic and like intuition, I guess. And I just like came up like, okay, I don't have anything to fear. And okay, so a little backstory about me, and maybe this will make everyone who's been harping on me and like get people to like maybe understand. You know, like you have a couple like memories when you're young that are just stamps, and they are for, like, so one of my earliest ones, with this is not what I'm talking about. Like I have an early one when I was in like sleeping in a crib because I remember crying, seeing the light on, hearing the TV, and my dog Patches coming and licking my face between like the bars of the crib. So I must have been very young then. And then I was the girl who had an imaginary friend named Miguel, and everyone was like, my sisters were like, you know, we grew up in a very affluent white neighborhood. How is she knowing this name, Miguel? So my mom was very, you know, spiritual, religious, and maybe she's like, maybe it's Saint Michael the Archangel. I don't know. But I went to private Catholic school most of my life, my entire life. And I remember being like 7, 8 in wearing my school uniform in the St. Philip and James, you know, playground, and telling my friends, don't get the mark of the beast. And they're like, what's the mark of the beast? And I go, it's a chip. I was like 7 or 8. And they go, what's a chip? And I go, I don't know. Just don't get it. I, hand to God, remember this like it was the first memory that I've ever remembered in my entire life. So these are like these stamps. So now I come full circle. We're here, and I'm, you know, in whatever age I'm right now. And I'm like, how am I seeing this now? When a year ago I was telling, and when I get back into the cortisol levels and getting into fights at the grocery store, it's like, I don't want to wear a mask. Stop prohibiting me. And then I'm telling you right now, I swear, I want it on camera because they know I told all of them. I go there practically every day. And I was like, you know, I said, this is coming to vaccine passports. You know, a week ago, because we've been protesting Harlow and Abby. And I was like, I go, let me talk to the manager because I know all the managers. I'm like, and I'm like, Jenny, are we going to the vaccine passports? Seriously, I want to know. I need to know right now. Like, and she's like, no, we're not going to. I go, Jenny, remember last year? Like, I told you it's going to start with the masks, and then it's going to this. And then I had to tell her I've been protesting these restaurants. I'm like, now there's over like 30-something restaurants in Los Angeles, and watch it go to the grocery store. But then today, are you ready? Today, we get almost unanimous, or was it unanimous? Not sure. Unanimous in LA City Council, I believe, which probably are like next to God, I hear. And you know, and basically they said that everyone needs to be mandated vaccine to go in public spaces.
Public spaces like outdoor or inside places?
Good question.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching y'all's protest at Harlow and what is it, the chapel?
No, it's actually the Abbey, which
the Abbey. Okay,
funny story. I've been to the Abbey many times. I mean, I've almost 20 years been in this city. You know, the Abbey's fun and everything, and it's an experience to you know. They say it's one of the most popular bars in the country. I don't know. I heard that recently. I also heard you can get like roofied. And, like,
I've heard a lot of women have been. Yep, they've been posting about that
on Yelp or something. There's a whole bad Yelp
and on their Instagram. Yep.
Wow, interesting.
Yep. I know. Wow. Total debauchery. Like
I know the bathroom's gross.
I mean, it's just craziness. I mean,
it's not healthy for anyone. It's not healthy to be in that environment, honestly. No. But I guess, you know, it's like a rite of passage. You know, you're dumb, you're young. You go through dumb things. You have to go through experiences to get to understand who you are as a person. I mean, figure yourself out. I don't hate it. And if we want to get to the trans, this is a good trans segue. I don't hate if you want to dress up as a girl. If that sparks your interest, if you want to do it in your house, in your own thing, that's fine. Yeah. If you want to go dress up and go to Mary Hamburger or whatever and go on, you know, Santa Monica Boulevard and Hamburger Mary, yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Hamburger Mary, or wherever you want to go and have fun and dress up and have a fun time. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But my problem is when you're trying to, I guess trying mansplain or trying rationalize the fact that you know that you're a biological man with a penis and you know I'm a woman that had a child, and then you're going to tell, even if I couldn't have a child, but you know I'm a woman, and then you're going to tell me that you're a man, or that you're a woman. I'm sorry, that you're a woman.
Yeah. You said it right the first time. Yeah, correct.
You know, and it's like, and then, wait, where's my voice? Where's all the hard work that women have been putting in all these years just to gain some space, just to gain some private little space? And then you're going to take it away from us. And then we hear today in an article, or yesterday in an article, that in some county in Los Angeles, they're giving condoms out to females because they're putting trans men in the same spaces as them. And you know, what is there to do when you're alone and nothing else to do? You do bad other things.
It's crazy. They're like denying reality, but then like that's the reality that it's a man. Like they know it's a man that they're housing in women's prisons. Therefore, they're giving hello. It's just so like the juxtaposition and the contradictoriness of it is wild. Of course it does. That one woman got pregnant. Like, come on, insane. Can we talk about like the I don't know if you want to talk about that or if you're allowed to or whatever. The reporters that you, I think it's hilarious that you call out during the protests, and you're like, I know you are. Okay. And what those people do.
A huge thing that I need to explain to people, to your viewers. Yeah. Okay, so the Biden administration, the media, somehow they're all interconnected, or it's because of whoever's funding it, a Soros or whomever, funding these groups. Now, they say they want to act like they don't exist. You can go. So I used to write. I don't always speak perfectly, but I'm a better writer, and I wrote for a year and a half with New Right Network. You can find my link. You can see some of my articles, and I wrote an article about how this is called guerrilla warfare and guerrilla theater, and there's a company called, and this is just one of many organizations actually, called Affinity Arts Consulting. And in their actual mission statement, they talk about creating civil unrest to then disrupt civil, harmony to then get what they want. And so that's why this is bigger than just like some freaking 20-somethings with blue purple hair running around saying, oh, Antifa, I'm an anti-fash, you're a Nazi, when in fact they're stopping you from your First Amendment rights and all of the different things. So they're the fascist people at the end of the day, right?
Words are really clear, so beat it, just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood, don't be a macho man. You wanna be tough, better do what you can, so beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it, beat it. No one wants to beat it. Sure, I'm funky, strong, just like it doesn't matter who's from the right, just beat it. Just beat it, just beat it, just beat it. They're out to get you, better leave while you can. Don't wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man. You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life.
They're, like I said, put the mirror in the front of their faces. They are what they're saying they don't want to be. And they're not anarchists. Because anarchists, the last thing an anarchist would do would be like, wear a mask. And I've been bullied off the steps of City Hall for not wearing a mask. So it's like, and just trying to sit or stand and listen to something, Yeah. So it's like, you don't tell someone to get, and I can't, that's what they do. They bully you off of, get out of here. You're not wanted. That's like the main thing that they say is like, get out of here. This is like our streets, our communities. No, boo-boo. Let me explain. This is called America.
Exactly.
America. And you know what happens in America? All of you fascists out there that are listening, we can protest just like you can protest. So it's funny. To get back to what you asked me about all of these, reporters. So I call them Gonzo Press. They're approved. They're approved Antifa press. And why are they approved? Like, there's a neighbor over here named Eric. I don't even want to say his last name and give him any clout. But this guy got his ass handed to him by Antifa, and he's supposedly on their side. At the second we stopped, they broke his camera. They stole his shit. Okay, and he talks all nice about them. Okay, comrades, or whatever they call them,
Sounds
like no problem. Like he kisses their ass after they just kicked his shit.
Why?
Who is? Hold on,
ahead.
let me explain. The reason why is because technically he wasn't approved and they didn't know who he was, because everything is a propaganda like scheme with like they have some big photographers that have connections with outlets. Like I'm just gonna call him Plastic, aka Nick Stern. Just look up Nick Stern, guys. We're not going to give him. I'm not going to say JC. JC is sacrilegious for him even put in there. I'm actually, I'm not going to say that. You're not that name. Before you put the Guardian article up, I would like you to put up the first post, and then to show the rally, the first post or the first flyer of the rally.
Is that one?
Okay. So that was the first one that we put up. Perfect.
Yep.
That was, what's wrong with that? We saw a video of women having a meltdown because they saw a penis, right? You saw that video?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone saw that video.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone did. Okay, so then, excuse my hair. Okay, so then we want to go and we're going to protest. So this is what we did. I was sick when they did this. I was a little under I don't usually get sick, but I had a cold. So then 2 days later, I see this. I post about it. Now go to the next one. Go to the one that's one that Precious did. So if anyone's not familiar, Precious has like 5,000 followers on YouTube. He's a man. He claims to be a woman. Precious Childs, it says, stands with me this Saturday against the anti-trans protest at WeSpa. To be clear, I'm pro-human body in all manifestations. Genitals are a non-vestigial component of life or vestigial component of life. I'm also sick of children being leveraged for moral agendas. Like, to be honest with you. And then look what he does. He puts Antifa. Of course he's going to stand because he's an Antifa member.
Yep. A lot of Antifa is, men LARPing as women. Violent men. Look at how it's just so funny.
It's ours.
Yeah.
Look what they put on top. This is what they
Hilarious. Like they're totally projecting. Violent, really? I've seen the videos. I have not seen one of y'all go at them and whatever. It's ridiculous. Of course they are.
It's always projection.
They're saying it. Yes.
It's projection.
Also, where are they getting this Proud Boy BS stuff from? Where, it's obviously.
Chud comes from a movie like that Silent Bob movie or whatever, and it's like a good-looking white guy or something, and they want to listen. I've been called everything. I've been called a terrorist.
Oh, I haven't even seen this. What the hell is this?
Yeah, this is Vishal. Vishal was the one, the Gonzo Press. He's one of the approved Antifa press.
Oh, that guy's like the wiry, thin dude. The one
yes,
knocked
70
out.
pounds, wet.
Total tool, yeah.
he got his arm, and then he also tried using his arm twice to hit people after he had it.
These people are maniacs, obviously.
Yeah, like crazy, and he acts like it's really broken. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Just this whole language. Transphobe, right?
So
made up language.
Yeah, they just go through and they create bullshit. So, okay, I come to life after being sick. I sent to my friend Chris.
Is he wearing gloves? Sorry.
Actually, he's wearing,
medical gloves though? Why is he wearing, and he poked the fingernails through it? I don't even understand what's going on there. Is he sorry, I'm distracted.
Well, it's all about latex and a lot of his stuff. And by the way, he calls himself a monster.
My God.
Half of his posts, because half of his posts are very monster-esque. Like you have to
let me share that one.
Very weird.
It's demonic.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me explain because people are not going to understand.
Yes.
So I post the rally that we're having a rally. And then literally after I post that on my Instagram, it was when I was We Shall Promenade before they canceled it. My friend Chris sends me, oh, look, I saw your post. Did you see this? That's when he sends me that one.
Mm-hmm. And
okay, now mind you, my friend Chris goes around and has been filming these guys doing their black bloc stuff. Police watch his live stream and will catch them based on what they see through his live stream. Okay. So he sends me this, and one of the things he kind of taught me is to identify people. Because he's been trying to identify them in Black Bloc. So what I did is I went to Precious's thing and I was like, oh, there's no makeup, there's nothing. He's like in something. So he's in a video, and I took a screenshot, and then I wrote something and I posted it on my own personal private Instagram. Okay. And because there's something called sock puppets are like fake, cat pictures that are just there to spy on you. All these Antifa losers. Yeah. And essentially they're just like there watching and, waiting for me to say something. Right. So I say this, he's got 5.3 thousand people on YouTube. He then, if you read it, never did I say, this is the man that was in the spa. I said, the way I wrote it was, this man thinks that this is okay to do, or something like this, right?
Well, all they do is lie. So, of course, they're going to make up something out of their ass.
So they completely twisted it and acted like, oh, my God, I'm being accused. Death threats are coming in and all this stuff. And let me tell you how many death threats I've gotten. Let me tell you. But,
exactly. Again,
right. And then, hold on, not done. He writes the video. Then he does this video. Now you can show it, the video where he alludes. If you look in the caption, he never says, I am not the man or the woman in the trans woman or whatever he was going to say. He alludes to the fact. And why? You want to know why? I later to come find out, not before, obviously, because I never even knew of this person before, but I come to find out after investigating. Who do you think he's got coming out like that week? Fucking video, a music video. A music video.
God, are you serious? He's promoting his music career?
So now that I didn't even think that this was the man in the spa, now I'm thinking, was it the man in the spa? Because now people are saying, hey, Precious has talked about going to each spa before. Well, I've never seen those videos. So I would like to see some of those videos. So I can't say 100% if that's true. But from rumor, I've heard that he's talked about it. So then hearing that came out, I'm like, whoa.
Is he like hijacking this whole thing to be like, it was me, and then use his music career shit?
And then waiting for someone like me to come out and like say this, right? Someone like me, but I didn't say anything that it was him, but I'm just pointing out, like, I want people to know who's saying these things. Because our side is so out of it with how organized the Antifa side is. And, really they're kind of like they're there for freedom. So they're not there to know that people are there to try and really hurt them. Look what happened to those women, the Christian women that were there with their kids, right, in Portland.
We speak peace to you in Jesus' name. What the fuck's going on? Knock him out. Hey, come on now. Get back. No. We're good.
So this is So this person, I just gave you the video, but in the caption,
I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah, the caption one is kind of interesting because, I can't put it now. Just tell us.
Yeah, so when you sent me these in the email, I was like, wait a minute, because I know Instagram. Is this Snapchat or Live or something?
His Instagram,
TikTok, or whatever the hell. But it's like, look at the music. It says Precious Child, and then the song. I'm like, so is he a musician? So I didn't even know that until you said that. I mean, because I was like, I guess you can upload. Also, I mean, just whatever. nastiness. What is this?
So it makes me think after, okay. And then, so I did so then he takes the picture that I did. Someone gets it from the sock puppet. Yeah. And then this goes viral. And he won't. Now, mind you, he calls himself Monster all the time. I just added vile and trans, which he's a trans, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to be able to expose himself in the ladies' rooms and spas. Not that he was. And then I said he will be out this Saturday at We Spa to counter protest, which he was.
Just true.
People need to expose this monster. Society will not accept your perversion. Yep. And then so he uses this as like I'm getting so many death threats and this, that, and the other thing. And that's when the Guardian article comes out after the second We Spa. Yep. Kind of like as like,
hilarious.
Ridiculous. Oh, a nightmare scenario, how an anti-trans Instagram post, the one that I put up, led to a violence of streets. And then when I mentioned this to another reporter, he's like, oh no, I think they're meaning multiple ones, And I'm like, how come he uses the vile trans monster on everything? So he's taking it from me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, this is, we're looking at an article that is, put up by the Guardian. And yeah, the headline is "A Nightmare Scenario: How an Anti-Trans Instagram Post Led to Violence in the Streets," of which they caused, by the way. Was he at that protest, you said?
Oh, yeah, of course. But also, by the way, look at who wrote this. Go back up. Lois Beckett.
Is this
something?
It?
Yeah.
Sam and Lois Beckett, yeah.
Beckett? Okay. So there was a moment where Lois got lost at the We Spa too. And she got trapped behind police lines where they were blocked. They were basically pushing us back so then they can kind of like segregate the Antifa so then they can round them up and then arrest them, which they did. But they were kind of blocking us off from going where they were, right? Because we were trying to go there. So at the end of the day, Lois somehow got through. Now, Lois claims she fell. If you go and look at Lois's like Instagram or tweets, she claims she fell. And the video that she shows is just one of the people coming up and throwing like spraying water on her. Because like we get a lot of like just they do like how they beat up Eric. They want to act like, oh, poor Lois, but they just beat up Eric and no one's talking about that. And they smashed his camera and they took his shit. But no one's talking about Eric Levi or whatever his name is, blue check mark, with the forensic net, whatever. So it's like you have this woman who's with the Guardian who she's not identifying herself as someone with the Guardian and she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off. Okay.
Look at how cute they make this look. Oh, little heart. It's such crap. I'm sorry, this article is puke. I haven't read it all until now, but it's like, as predators, I mean, a lot of there are some trans people that are. I'm like, smear. I mean, it's just like, it's wild how the truth is now they're saying is, obviously hate speech and blah, 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 smearing. I'm like, this is the same shit that I keep talking about how I got, people.
Well, that's what I mean. So she's one of their she's an approved Antifa press, but she also is one of the connections where she can like put out their fake propaganda. So all these fake narratives, half of them are like guerrilla, like attacks. So it's like they'll throw someone in there that's a provocateur, someone that's harassing, punching people, and then our side goes to like, get the guy and put him down to hold him. And then you have someone who maybe infiltrated themselves 2 days ago, pretending to be on our side, like a protester with USA or something. And then they're like, no, don't touch them. And it's like,
look at this bullshit.
You're a fake. You're a fake. You're
so
it's
dainty.
all a part of the whole. And then little Vishal comes out of the alleyway, filming everything. It's all, they set this stuff up, all these different accounts.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable, actually.
Meticulous. They're just snakes, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is so ridiculous. All of it, the way they write it is so. I mean, if you have to have like 3 brain cells to just call this out as total crap. Where was that one? I'm just obviously grazing over the article. We Spa's Facebook page was bombarded with angry comments, which labeled the spa evil and warned keep your mothers and daughters safe and avoid this place. How is this angry? Like, what is angry about that? Like, I mean, as if people shouldn't be angry at a male, like, exposing his penis to in women's spaces. Like, it's just whatever, obviously.
So, Lindsay, I have
mind-blowing.
like a lot of like liberal friends that like,
Mhm.
you know, we just don't talk about politics because
Yeah.
we don't like each other when we do, right? So we've agreed not to. But when this happened,
Yeah.
this was the one thing that brought us together.
Yeah, I hear
They
you.
were like, we were like, oh my God, you know, like that's insane. And the girl's an old hippie musician, and she's like, oh my God, my trans friends, and they would fucking freak out about this. Like anyone with a brain and a couple brain cells and an IQ, like this is not okay. Where's the women's voices? Where it took us so long to get here, and then we're like being snuffed out again. And where are the feminists? Like we talked about, I love like men roles. I love my role, even though I don't have a man in my life right now. And you know, I do everything. Like I literally do it all. So I'm strong. I don't ask for help a lot of the time. But it's nice when, you know, a man does his thing. I believe in balance acts, not a competition. But I don't want to be snuffed out by a man and telling me I don't know the difference between a man and a woman. I mean, are you kidding me?
Exactly. Denying reality in front of your face.
Yeah. No. I'm not going to play into the liberal, like, PC bullshit either. Like the media with, like, you know, no. Not going to happen. I'm not going to play. That's why when I said trans women aren't real women, I meant that.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
It's true.
Why are they calling it trans? It's just there's a million ways to shatter their, I don't even know, their ideology or argument. Like you can think whatever you want to think, but you can't enforce that on anyone else. It's just not possible. It's not how reality works at all. I'm not going to play into your fantasy. Not partaking. I have the freedom to say no. Can we go back to the Harlow? And I think we covered it, or I mean, said something about it, but I keep wanting to say the chapel. It's not called that. What is it again? It's
the Abbey. The chapel
Abbey
is really cute. It's a newer. It's a newer.
Keep calling it that because it looks like a chapel. Is it next to it, or am I imagining that?
Yeah, it's right next to it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They kind of collide. They kind of collide. You know, I think one is more of a lesbian bar. The other
okay.
If I have it right,
yeah. I mean, so those places are requiring the jab. We've already said it a million times by now. Can they ban you for saying vaccine? Who gives a shit? They're requiring papers.
But it's not a vaccine, so you should curb yourself from saying that because it's not. It's a fucking experimental jab. It doesn't have like they call me an anti-vaxxer. What are you talking about? Like I am about immune therapy. You can be about immune therapy.
Yeah.
When it gets like little critical and things are getting wobbly and not making sense. And we see 2013, they're talking about eugenics and population control. And then, no.
Yeah, man. Eugenics has existed in America. What was it, back in the 30s? I literally didn't even know this until like 5 months ago. I was like, wow. I mean, if it's just
Planned Parenthood.
I don't know.
That is.
Yeah.
Margaret Stanger, or whatever her name was, she purposely put it in lower income Black communities because she was a racist and a white liberal.
Oh my God. You don't say.
White liberal. Sorry, everyone. Everyone is the media is really good at their job.
Oh yeah.
Programming. Really.
Oh my God. Extra good. Yeah. I mean, even with the trans thing, the amount of effort and money that's been really at its game for years now. You know, it feels like it's been ramping up since the pandemic bullshit, but this has been starting since earliest I've seen is 2011. I'm sure it's before that. So it's just, I don't know if it's just ramping up because of the pandemic. Can you explain the PCR test shit and why it's not even a valid test and what happened to that guy who created that?
FDA admits PCR tests give false results, which just preps the ground for Biden to crush the case-demic. This coming from DawsonCountyJournal.com. The FDA joined fake charity The Who and Dr. Fauci in admitting there is a notable risk of false results from the standard PCR test used to define whether an individual is a COVID case or not. January 4th, 2021 announcement from the FDA. Quote, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is alerting patients and healthcare providers of the risk of false results with the curative SARS-CoV-2 test, end quote. In other news, World Health Organization finally admits PCR tests create false positives. This coming from the Off Guardian.
We reduce the cycle threshold on these PCR tests. The cases go down. We win. Yay, look, it was the vaccine that did it.
Wait, what? What was that last part?
The guy who created that? What happened with him?
Well, I don't know. You might have to tell me that.
Oh, he died. He died like, people, suspect that.
Oh, because he came out and said the truth about it? Because now everyone can't deny that
it wasn't recently that he died, but yeah. I mean, he came out and said that I forgot the exact quote. I should have it pulled up by now. But that the tests they don't test accurately for viruses. So why are we using that? They
can't differentiate between the flu, the COVID, the Delta.
The Delta.
So this is all, I just don't understand why people are buying, you call yourself an anarchist. You're not an anarchist. If you're an anarchist, Chad, then stand up and realize what they're doing to us.
I know.
Where's the freedom? Didn't it start? Where's your history lesson? The Nazis did this with who's sick and who's not. The CDC, my friend just showed me, there is something about concentration camps. They're calling it something different though. They're calling it something with separation, something with an S. It's separate. They want to not shedding. It's something with an S, and we'll have to.
It's okay, separatist or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's something that they want to separate from. They're trying to say from anyone who's sick or non-sick. But okay, did you also know? And this doctor, I have it posted on my Instagram, said that the CDC just a month ago said you do not have to say so if I go in and I get COVID and say I did have that shot, the vaccine or the whatever, they would say don't report that she had the vaccine. You understand? So they're the CDC. They're saying don't report if someone has had the vaccine or not anymore.
Yeah, they've been lying about that shit from the beginning. Yeah.
Why? Because they're all the vaccine ones going in to get COVID.
Exactly.
You're getting COVID.
One's getting seriously ill. I just had one lady I interviewed from the UK. Her husband got really ill. He was in a wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair for 2 months, and he was a healthy dude. And now he's still
COVID or the vaccine?
From the vaccine. I'm
I do believe that COVID is something they manufacture. I believe it's really something through an animal, bat, whatever, in the lab with that $3 million and whatever other money they got from whatever administrations. I'm saying it's real and it really affects someone and it really causes inflammation. But I will tell you that vaccine is not something they forced that vaccine to have force the COVID virus to have a reason to push the vaccine. It's all because, so I have 2 patents. I go on, there's something called the public pair. You can go and look at different patents, one of which my patent is a nanotechnology. So I do know about, anything nano is less than 8 microns. I have some kind of idea. It wasn't my invention. I inherited it. But the issue is at hand is that it goes right to your brain. And you could go nano, it goes right through, you think a pore, you can see a pore.
Yeah.
Do you understand the difference? You can't see this. And so it's very minute. And then what it's doing is that it's just making it so, I'm so sorry. I'm having another
It's okay.
moment. I've been really stressed out about, let's just be honest. I've been
for sure. God, what you do,
my brain is all over the place. I have a lot going on with my work that I don't even want to talk about. I just mentioned what I have, but get back at that because my brain came back to me. You can go on Public Pair and you can look up the Microsoft Moderna and how it's but it's 0606 is in the patent number. And it talks about cryptocurrency. I was looking at this over a year ago. And this is something that's really real. And it talks about in it talks about the cryptocurrency when it's installed in you or whatever. You can get money based on, it's like the what they're doing in China about your behavior. You know, what was that? What is it called? You're just like your behavioral, like you're a good Samaritan.
Oh, like the Black Mirror bullshit, like the society score or that thing.
Yeah, it's something. Like it's literally something like this, but they're already.
They had an whole episode about that. Yeah, about like how you behave, and they rate you kind of like I guess like a Yelp. That's a
yes, it's like a Yelp system, but like oh my god,
human.
Crazy to me, but this is what's happening. But see, if they can pay you, they can also not pay you.
Mm-hmm.
They can also take away. And, you know, like I do have some money in cryptocurrency. And so it's interesting. Like I'm kind of all confused by it. It's like, I don't want to lose out if that's where I know it's going because I see it going there, but I don't want to be part of it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. In the digital sense of it in my body.
Exactly.
But I think that's where it's going. And I don't know, are we going to get snuffed out? I mean, we're going to look at LA County, what they just announced. I mean, are we going to be snuffed out of society? And that's the reason why I'm standing up and fighting. It's like, it's weird because, you know, like go back to like my first memories. My mom always, she's a little bit of, I don't want to say she's not a fundamentalist, but she's very spiritual, very religious. Like she's on point.
Yeah.
And one thing that she would always say to me was, one day we're going to go underground. One day we're going to have an underground. No, I mean, I swear to God, when I was in my teens, young, she would be like, we're going to go underground.
I've been saying this, dude, since the pandemic started. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The religion part. Yeah. But then she would say in other facets too. And I'm like, she now has dementia, unfortunately, and it's starting to kind of kick in. And we talk about this, and she's still with me and everything. And she's still cognizant. But it's just like, it's weird what's happening. It's like she kind of gets it and remembers it, but then also doesn't really fully remember telling me this. But I even asked my dad, I'm like, Dad, you know she said this all the time. And he's like, yeah. So it's just weird that now, you know, I even know about the whole patent by seeing it because I inherited something, and then I'm on that, you know, website looking, and it was just a red pill. It was just another red pill a year ago that just was like everything making sense, and I'm on my right path.
Yeah, I agree. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I said a while ago, or I was just like, I kept thinking about equilibrium. I bring it up so much. There's this whole like underground society of people not partaking in this gray world. And I keep thinking it's going to, you know, get to that level. And especially, with practicing religion. I mean, Lord, in the past, I guess 50 years or 30, there's no like God anywhere. They've taken it out of so many things, and you can't even like pray before a meal at school. People getting arrested for that shit in Florida.
So sad.
I know, it is wild.
It actually makes me really sad. Like it makes me sad for society.
A lot of lost souls. But I think it can be seen as a blessing because a lot of people have gotten really close to God or found Jesus, and I personally think that's
like
great.
COVID, like how I said, COVID pushed us into other avenues. Like totally get that. Like 100%. How it forces people to realize what's happening or not. Either you sheep or like
exactly. I lost like all my friends over the whole trans debacle, and I'm like, I don't even. If you're
thank you for standing up for women. I mean, being an actual feminist that sees like what's actually happening and not being delusional about it.
Yeah. Well, it's just I mean, it's just I stand in truth, and I'm not gonna lie to you or for I'm just not doing it, and it's so much more involved than what anyone thinks. You know. On the surface, it looks all nice and cheery and welcoming and equality, but it's so not that. Brainwashing children. I mean, you know, I'm gonna feel like older men. It's a wild shit show of just total lies.
Well, I know you're old. You're like I remember hearing when gays wanted to get married. I remember hearing someone saying it's a slippery slope.
I've heard that too.
All the way down from here. Like
true. Yeah.
Now they want to like that little
pedophilia. Pedophilia boy, shit. Yeah.
The little tram boy that goes and dances for these. Wait, what's his name? And
the New York City one, that kid.
He's got 2 gay fathers.
God, what's his name?
And
I don't know what's his name. It's our little boy. Oh my God, what's his name? I don't remember his name. He has autism. Yeah, I know. He was like Good Morning America. Like my sister was like, I stopped watching it after that. They were like, look at this kid, yay, parading this child out like down a runway, and people are like, oh my God, cute, and like parents are signing their kids up for drag queen story hour, and we've all seen. Well, if you haven't seen videos of that, my God, it's
scary.
No kid needs to see that. Like, obviously,
my son was scared of was it Elmo? Elmo, the red one.
That's
Elmo. I can't imagine, like.
I mean, they've gotten to the moments, yeah. Like, it's in everything. It's in everything. I know. Well, kids don't even know what the hell's going on, and the kids expect to, trust their teachers and doctors, and now they're the ones that are lying to them. Yeah, and pushing them down that
society. I think because God is like, and the morale and like morals and just like traditions. Yeah. Things that were like held true. And like, that's the one thing I love. Like, that's the one thing I have to say, living in Los Angeles, I love to see like the Jewish community and what they do. And then, I have so many friends with like, Sabbat or at Friday night dinner. And then you have like, all of the communities and what I loved learning. Yeah. So I like the integration, but then they also don't integrate. It's weird. It's like they have their little, they'll let you in, but they don't really go out other places, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe not all will let you in, depending on how, like, I've just had some really great friends and all different, like the Armenians and.
Well, there's probably a reason for them not letting people in, because they detect you're dangerous. I don't know. I feel like I can detect dark shit where I'm like, you're fucking evil. I'm out of here. Or I don't know. I mean, look at this. That what's his name? I don't even know his real name. Gross. What is it? Precious Child? Like, ew. Precious is the dog's name from Silence of the Lambs.
And he's not a child.
No, exactly. That's also creepily pedophilic. I mean, I forgot what I was saying about that.
I thought that was a little weird. But yeah, he's trying. I have a feeling she's like kept saying like libel, and I even did a whole thing. I went out after. I was like, whoa, are you guys misreading what I said? Obviously, like, so I did a whole nother post saying, no, if you read what I said, I never said this was the man in the spa. I said that this man is doing the counter protest and thinks it's okay, essentially. And so I just wanted to like, make that clear, because I don't mean any issues. Why? Because I didn't do anything about it. Like,
you shouldn't even have to clarify, because it's there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is where we need to actually question is that she's affiliated with Antifa, and that's where the violence comes from. It's like that little short video that I sent you of them, the LAPD finally stepping up.
Yeah,
literally finally stepping up.
Was that the second protest? They finally were there, and before it even started, were they even there for the first one? Like, cops, were they there at all?
No, they were there, and they just let them attack us. I was at the first one. Yeah, and we got attacked.
Wow.
We got attacked. It was really not cool.
What's up with that? Why would they?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get it.
It's because I don't know. I think they just want to they have the mayor. So they're not the sheriffs. Sheriffs are badass. Antifa, wherever we go around, and like where the sheriffs or the patrol, like they stay away, because they know that so we were this is a funny story. So we were at Harlow, protesting. I think it was like the second or third night. There's this girl, we dubbed her Dear Legs, because, until we realize who they are, we like, put a name. Yeah. And it's funny, she came to the second Dodger Stadium anti-vaccination, and I found her from there. But she came, and I guess her boyfriend at one of the last at the WeHo event got hit by one of our protesters, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see. But so she came to defend her boyfriend and his honor, and literally doesn't look behind her. She's got like 4 or 5 sheriffs, and she comes up and just punches them like pop, and they just walk up and grab her, and she's defiant. She's like, get off, and she's putting her feet down, and then they had to pick up her feet. So we have some picking up the feet, some grabbing her and bringing her over. And then I have a video you can find on my YouTube, Bryna Cam or Body Cam Bryna. Gosh, I don't even know.
I'll put it up in the notes. Yeah.
I just changed it from We Shall Promenade. So anyway, they slam her down like a bag of bricks. It was actually really, really like I loved it. It was like applaudable. It was so applaudable. I was so excited. You see me coming around the other side, and I'm like, yeah, you go, you get her. You bet we black the blue because she's just bad, Antifa.
Yeah.
Thinking that's just thinking that they can get away with it, and no, you can't get away with it. Not with the sheriff.
Yeah. Wow. God bless you guys and what you do. I love seeing all the posts and videos and whatnot. They're entertaining, but also it's great. I see y'all's group like growing in numbers, which is awesome. And just having conversations with people as well, like leaving the club and, to women they were talking to, they were like, I don't know. It's just nice to have conversations instead of people being psycho and violent.
It's still happening. Like they're coming out this, they're doing another counter protest this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And the same steps that I got, like I literally had all these men come up to me and I was like, get the F out of my face. You will not tell me where to go. Sorry.
Yep.
Like, I don't know where is this audacity? This like, who are these?
Because they know what they're doing is backed by the majority of the dumb people that are
the media
along.
Essentially the media.
Yeah.
They have the media because again, it goes back to whoever's paying these people.
Yep.
They're the ones. So
yeah. Well, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Well, no, I just want to also thank you. It was like really nice to meet you. I'm glad that our buddy introduced us. And
Same.
thank you for speaking up for women. I think it's super important that we have more people like you that, even if like you have a follow, whatever outlet it is that makes, you get your word out, if it's on the front lines or if it's on, whatever, just that you're standing up and that, you're fearless in that sense where you won't let anyone, you'll lose friends. You know what? If it is, it's so be it. If that's how they are, then we don't need to be around people that don't understand that this is like, I've been saying we are in a spiritual war right now.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We all need to really come together. If this is what you want, stand down. But if this is what you don't want and you want to come together and stand up for our freedoms, then we need people to start getting out behind the computer and actually like even you, like now that you have this, you have this platform, maybe you could hold like a rally at something, because I know these vaccine passports are coming fast and furious.
I know.
We need people that, can also stand up.
I know. I need to get connected with people locally. I'm sure it exists. I hopefully. I mean, that's awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Keep kicking ass. I love seeing what you do. I guess I'll catch you guys later. Hey. So if you got anything out of this video, if you've enjoyed my podcast at any point in time, if you learn anything, show your support by donating to my PayPal. It would mean the world to me. I really appreciate all the support, donations, and purchases from my shop on my website, which is lindsayplatoshinart.com/shop. You can buy some handmade goodies. So go shop. Fill them baskets. As always, thank you for supporting my work, and I don't know, take it easy.